Welcome to GoVMlab, India's first job-ready VMware learning platform where professionals meet experts to revolutionize their VMware careers.
So now the next policy, what do we have it, is the traffic shaping policies. Now, as its name implies, traffic shaping is a very standard policy in the networking world. And the whole idea of traffic shaping policy is basically it's a mechanism for limiting a virtual machine consumption of a available network bandwidth, right? What does it mean? It means that, let's say, if I just try to draw a diagram, right? Or maybe I'll just go back to. So if we just try to explain you the traffic shaping, right? The shaper module, what do we have it, right? The shaping, I think in day-to-day life also, we do see this kind of shaping policies, right? So if I just try to explain you what is the meaning of a traffic shaping, right? So traffic shaping means you want to control the consumption of a network bandwidth for virtual machine, right? So let's say if this is my switch, virtual switch, and let's say there is I just have a network adapter. Let's say I do have a network adapter. This is my VM NIC. And let's say there are a couple of VMs. So let's say this is my critical VMs. And maybe these, some of are my non-critical VMs. And if I just try to say that this is my, let's say VM NIC 0. And what is the bandwidth of this adapter? Let's say it's a 1 gig adapter, or maybe let's say it's a 10 gig adapter. Okay. The network speed, what it provides, 10 gigabits per second, right? And then we do have a couple of VMs connected here. So let's say these are some of my VMs here connected, and some of my VMs connected here. So these VMs, let's connect these VMs to the port, and let's connect these VMs right here. Right? I think this is a very simplistic diagram what we are having it. Now, let's say this is all are connected to a one port group, right? So let's say this is my production port group. The PG name is production. And the other one is basically, let's say this is my user desktop, a very low priority applications. Let's say this is my desktop port group, user desktop, right? Now, the point here is that this is my low priority traffic. Because I know that, right? Because obviously I'm a VM administrator. I understand that not every traffic is going to be critical traffic, right? So there are some set of VMs having a low priority traffic, and there are some set of VMs which are production VMs, and their traffic is a high priority traffic. This is high priority traffic because it's coming from a production VM. It could be your web app application, 3-tier application, right? This could be your maybe user desktop as we have discussed. So now let's assume what happens in a default way when you never talk about traffic shaping policies, right? When you do not talk about traffic shaping policies, in that case, what happens? VMware has a very simple thumb rule. Okay, oh, sorry, what I did. Okay, so VMware has a very simple thumb rule, and that thumb rule says that for me as a VM kernel, all the VMs are equal. All VMs are equal priority by default. This is a normal thing that basically where VMware come and say that as of now, as when you create a VM, I treat each VM equally. For me, all the VMs are equal priority, and whenever they are asking for a network bandwidth, I'll give them as much as I can. Right? That is the default behavior until unless, and that is the whole idea why they have these policies, right? So by default, we treat each and every VM equal priority. But if you have a very specific consideration, then do let us know. Until unless you will not let us know, how would we know that which is the high priority VM, which are the low priority VMs, right? You have to inform us. You have to make aware us about the priority and criticality of your virtual machine traffic, right? So by default, VMware says that all of the VMs are equal priority for me. And because of that default behavior, let's assume these user desktop are downloading some data, right? So these user desktop have access to the internet and they are they have almost downloading a lot of data. So data download is happening. Some movies, they're downloading it. Right? They started downloading some movies. And because obviously they need a network bandwidth, the request will go to this adapter from virtual switch. Virtual switch will forward that request to the adapter. And this virtual will say that, okay, you are asking me 8 gig bandwidth, 10 gig bandwidth, I'll give you the bandwidth. Let's assume a worst case scenario when these guys started downloading something and they are looking for, let's say, 9 gig bandwidth. They're consuming 9 gig bandwidth. So 9 gig bandwidth is actually currently consumed by user desktop. So virtual switch is doing its job. The virtual switch job is any packet request is coming, I will forward to the uplink because the packet has to go out. And I don't have any filtration, any mechanism where I can control this bandwidth consumption for my user desktop because I treat everyone equally. So that is what 9 GB they are consuming. Now suddenly your critical VMs started asking for the traffic. Maybe let's say in your DB, this is my database VM. Now database VM started, a lot of load is coming, or maybe it could be your web server also. Let's assume. So there are millions of users hitting your web server. There are millions of users hitting your web server, and obviously the request from web server come to this virtual switch goes here. The VM need come when it come and say that it will only get your web server will only get 1 gigabit bandwidth. Because of which, what will happen? What will the outcome of this scenario? The outcome of this scenario will be that your user who are downloading the data, which is does not really critical things, obviously, right? Because they are downloading some movies from the platform, some open platform, right? And because they have put 9 GB of, so out of 10 gigabit of bandwidth, 9 GB bandwidth is actually consumed by this user desktop itself, which is your least priority traffic. But now what is happening? Your business is getting impacted because your web server, where millions of users hitting a request, is only getting a 1 gigabit of bandwidth. And then because of 1 gigabit of bandwidth, what will happen? Slowness. Your website will slow down. Once your website will slow down, your customer will feel it like what kind of business you are into, right? If I'm trying to open up the website itself is not opening and it's keep, ruling, right? So what does that mean? It means your customer will go away from the website because it's not loading, right? Who has a time to keep waiting for website to load, right? And because of which you will have a business losses. And that's a real problem, right? Because you have not configured your networking in such a way that you would have informed your virtual switch that there is a different kind of traffic flowing through this environment where some of the traffic is the least critical traffic for me, but some of the traffic is a most critical traffic for me. And I want you to make sure that you do this I want you to have a bandwidth control, right? But VM kernel does not know, right? Unless you go and inform him, right? So this is the exact problem statement here, where in this particular case, even if you have a 10 gig of bandwidth, your critical VMs are having a bandwidth constraint. They're not getting the enough bandwidth to serve their customers' traffic or the users' traffic. The reason is that your non-critical VMs consuming and wasting all of the network bandwidth, and because of which your web servers or the critical servers are down or having a slowness, right? They're experiencing slowness, or maybe the packet drops. So how do you solve this problem? Right? We solve this problem by configuring a policy called traffic shaping. That is what traffic shaping policy is all about. It where we are trying to shape the traffic based on the application requirement, right? So now, if someone, maybe VMware would have given me a solution where VMware come and say that I will take care of everything. You just make me inform. You let me know what kind of traffic you want to allow from these VMs, right? So in that particular case, what I need to do, I just need to tell VM kernel that whenever this production traffic is coming, right? Whenever this production traffic is coming, I want you provide 8 gig bandwidth. And whenever these guys, the user desktop is generating, right? I want to say that just give them 1 GB bandwidth or maybe available 2 GB bandwidth, whatever it is. If you can inform VMware about it, the VM kernel about it, the virtual switch about it, right? Then you are sorted. So now, even if this guy is trying to generate 9 gig of bandwidth, VMware virtual switch will not allow. It will cap the traffic at the 2 GB only. The remaining 7 GB, drop it. Because that is what the policy is all about it. Why do you want to allow this guy unnecessary additional 7 GB of bandwidth, right? So now we are putting the cap. The moment you, the moment your consumption increased beyond 2 GB, the packet will start dropping. Or maybe, this application will start having the slowness, and that is fine. But these guys, by my production VM, they will be getting 8 GB of bandwidth, because that is what the traffic shaping is all about it, where every time the virtual switch is making sure that I'm giving enough amount of bandwidth to my production VMs what user has configured, right? So what you have to do, you just create a 2 port group, define the policy at each port group level, and that is what the traffic shaping is all about it. And now the traffic shaping have a 3 parameters. The one parameter we call it as a average bandwidth. Other parameter we call it as a peak bandwidth, and the last parameter we call it as a burst size. So whenever you configure these policies, it will ask you these 3 parameters: what is average bandwidth, what is peak bandwidth, and what is your burst size. You actually configure these 3 parameters, we will take care of everything for you.
If you have interest in learning VMware more in depth, not from an administration perspective, but from the architect or consulting perspective, then join our VMware vSphere Zero to Hero Data Center Expert program. This particular program has been highly rated by all of our learners. 100 plus careers have been transitioned successfully with our Zero to Hero Data Center Expert Deep Dive program with the 100% placement record. Now, what are the key highlights of this program? As you could see that it's India's first job-ready VMware learning program, which has a 70 hours of intense learning with the 80 plus hands-on labs. 40 plus scenarios would be presented to a learner as a challenge questions to assess their learning. We do have a mentors having a 15 years of experience and the certified professionals. You would be getting opportunity to have a one-on-one in-person doubt clarification session with the VMware mentor, and this particular Zero to Hero program will also preparing learners for a L3 or senior level profiles. Now we have transitioned many careers with our deep dive program, and you can see some of the feedbacks right here on your screen. These are the feedbacks what we have received from all of our successful learners who has transitioned their career with us. So what are you waiting for? If you want to become VMware expert or want to master this technology, then call us now today on the given number, or maybe drop us email on the provided email address. Thank you.